What type of games do you play?
Mainly Call of Duty. But
Like
I
online?
yeah, I used to, but I don't play like Warzone and stuff. We play zombies and multiplayer.
Besides Call of Duty? Like you game online?
Yeah, FIFA, Ultimate Team, a fair bit.
Fortnite?
Only because the OG season, like the OG thing is back. I don't really play it properly. I played it back then, but not that the OG map is back. I'm playing it.
You playing it again?
Yeah,
That's fine.
but not as much.
Why
as
did you
I did.
stop? Because of the OG map?
Every time they update it, it's like getting a bit. And plus, it got repetitive.
Oh yeah?
Then my friend stopped, so I was like, I'm also gonna stop.
It's useless.
And they all came back for this season, so came back.
They do what?
They came back for this season, so I was like, you know what? Let me play a bit.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Why did they put them like in there? Why they keep messing up my seats? It's been crazy. They try to make me uncomfortable as much as they can. But besides gaming, what else do you do? How do you get paid in gaming?
Okay,
or you just do it for fun?
So I don't get paid for playing the games, but like we mod games.
We mod games?
Like add content to games, and then they pay us for that. Yeah.
Like, is it a good job? Like,
yeah, it's nice. Especially staying here, it's very nice.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Because you get paid in dollars.
Yeah.
Man, you should hook me up.
Actually, I started a YouTube channel where I was posting stuff.
You're just posting a game. I think I saw
Not my
that.
games, like stuff that I like the business side of.
How you can do it.
It's called UGC stuff.
What is it about?
So it's about my experiences in online business in a creative scene.
As what didn't know was happening, welcome to another segment of Talk Entertainment and Art. And of course, I am your host, Bablamini. And today we are joined by a YouTuber, a gamer, a musician, a businessman. What am I leaving behind?
That's pretty much it. A jack of all trades.
The jack of all trades.
Is a master at none, though. So,
but he's checking everything.
What? Yeah, wait, pause there.
But he's checking out everything.
What?
I'm not sure if I can pronounce your name properly, but can you please pronounce it?
Okay. The easiest way is just the second half, which is Luca.
Oh yeah.
But it's
the full name,
Gianluca.
Gianluca.
Perfect. Perfect.
That's Netherlands.
Italian, close enough.
Oh, it's what?
Italian.
Italian. Oh, it's Italian.
What? Italian, yeah.
Oh, Italian. Joan Framan. Okay, it makes sense. So, man, please tell our people here, to all those who don't know you, and what do you do?
Okay, so my goal has always been to be the guy behind the scenes. So hopefully not a lot of people do know me. I've been trying to be the guy that makes things happen for other people. You get me?
Oh, yeah?
So I've done everything, more so the business side and the tedious side, the stuff people don't want to do. So you said YouTuber, but I don't consider myself a YouTuber. I'm more the video editor for YouTubers, or the guy who builds sets for YouTubers type of thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So in every space I'm in, I'm behind the camera most of the time.
Most of the time?
Yeah.
And so you're the shooter?
Yeah, I guess that's one way of putting it. And then in the other fields as well, same thing. I've always marketed myself. I always build like a proof of concept, so to speak, based on myself. So I never wanted to be like an artist, but I wanted to do it just so I had experience doing it. So when people needed something, I knew exactly what to do, how to do it, and how to get things
I think
done.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Basically, you just wanted to be the plug.
Yeah, sort of. Like I wanted to end up, the main goal for me, I guess, is to run an agency that offers all these services, but having proper talent offering the services. And I'm just the guy that brings them the clients, and I take like a cut, so to speak.
See what you mean.
So
I told you, he's jacking everything. I told you.
So have you worked with any local artists? Like plugging them?
Not so much like that, but as an artist, I've collaborated with a few.
Okay.
And right now I'm actually trying to curate like a local project. Like, because I was watching one episode, I can't remember who was on it, and they mentioned something that local artists don't like to collaborate with people that aren't in their circle. I can't remember who said it. It was one of the episodes. Yeah. So my theory was I'll reach out to as many as I can and get them to collaborate with completely random people.
Man, you ain't hear me up though. Let's collaborate.
That's been my thing, because I can have seen it. Like, it's not even the first time when I saw it mentioned here that guys don't collaborate with people that they don't normally collaborate with. So I was like, you know what, let me try something. So I got a full local project, I guess, because I got my friend to produce it.
Who that?
The guy called Tristan.
Tristan.
Yeah. I think in my opinion, one of the best producers in the country.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And then...
and then
I wanted to... He sent the beats, and I sent them to guys I thought would sound good for a hook. Some sent some back, and I'm trying to get guys on a verse. But no one knows who's collaborating with anyone. It's a whole like little curation thing.
So you wanna put the collaboration in terms of music only?
Music, yeah, to start, just as a, like I said, a proof of concept to see, and then try reach out to other things and see what other ventures are there once I've got a backlog, I guess.
Because I saw your YouTube channel, you got gang followers, bro.
Not really. On TikTok, I had a lot because I was trying, it's what's called faceless creation, where I'm not the face and the brand isn't me.
I think I've heard of that. Yeah. But I heard of it as faceless marketing.
Yeah, it's the same. It's all the same thing.
Same concept whereby the brand doesn't post any of the product they're selling.
Yeah.
But they give you an experience of what it feels like.
Yeah. Our thing, because the content we posted was always going to be deemed as low effort, because it was like, would you rather questions with an AI voice. But then the point was to grow a following and then try and convert them into a product we're going to market through affiliation, like affiliate marketing.
How is that coming out?
It actually went well before we stopped, because we kept getting community guidelines strike for copyrighted music and for AI content.
Like so, on YouTube?
All the shorts platforms.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Because a lot of them, if you try and monetize complete AI content, they're not really for it. So the goal was to build a following and try and convert.
So your page on Instagram is it your page on YouTube has about 47.4K?
No, on subscribers. Instagram, our old Reddit story page has 60-something thousand.
On YouTube, I meant on YouTube.
On YouTube, now on YouTube, I've got like 100 followers, subscribers. I only started my channel like 2 months ago.
Oh yeah, and then the other one, because there's another one.
Yeah, there's the TikTok, which has like 140,000, I think.
Whose channel is it? The Toxic one, the one with some Toxic.
Toxic is a music promotion platform.
Oh, yeah. I see that.
Yeah,
it's like one of those unreleased songs.
Yeah,
but like
and also because like low artists, I think some of the songs got like 20,000-30,000 streams there. That's 20,000-30,000 new eyes on the song. So yeah.
That's a good way to go about it.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, how the hell did you end up in Swaziland? Because you're from Italy.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Italy.
Yeah.
It's called Italy.
Italy. Yeah. So my dad's parents were both doctors, and they came to Swaziland all these years ago. And then obviously my dad was born in Argentina, but then he moved with them because he was still young.
They moved from Italy?
No, from Argentina.
Or from Argentina?
Yeah. To the side, and then I guess we just never left.
You just stayed here forever?
Yeah, like my dad's got so many businesses and things going here, so we stayed here. Yeah, it's not a interesting story.
So you've been here ever since you was a little kid?
Yeah, I was born in South Africa, but moved here when I was 4 or 5, and I've just been here my whole life.
And then you went to school here, everything?
Yeah, everything.
Damn, man. It's just a small community.
Yeah, it is.
Such a small community. So I want to ask you, how do you end up in the creative space?
Okay, so there's this game. It's called Minecraft.
I know Minecraft.
Yeah. Like in 2010, 11, around there, the game was like released and it was going okay, but it got boring fast. And one of my friends who stayed in the same complex I was staying in, he was a software developer. So he was adding content to the game. And
Locally?
Yeah. Through mods. And I was impressed. I was like, damn, this is so cool. Now I'm like 12 or 13. I'm like, damn, this is so cool. I want to do it. So I went on YouTube and learned how to write code in Java. And I just started like posting all the stuff I made on the Minecraft like forums and stuff. And then people would reach out, say, yo, if we pay you, can you do this for us? So I'm like 14. I'm like,
you like 14? You get money on the internet.
Wait, people will pay me for this. This is so cool. Now at the time, any money was money. Like I was working after school, after my homework, I was working 2-3 hours for like $1 or $2. But I was like, wait, there's a guy's paying me online. And it was so complicated to get the money back into the account here, because even now, e-commerce the site isn't
as developed as it should be.
As it should be. And back then it was even worse.
Of course.
So to make it worse, I never even got like money. They'll give me iTunes gift cards that I used to use to buy gems in Clash of Clans.
Oh.
So I was like, okay, I'm working too. But this is cool. And then those guys started growing on YouTube. And because I knew them, I already had a work relationship. They kept working with me. The game developed into other things. People needed other things. So I was like, okay, if they're willing to pay me for small stuff like this, if I move on to the big stuff, I could get more money.
Fair.
Now I'm in high school, getting my break and lunch, coding in the IT room. And it was going well. And one thing led to another. And then in form, that's how I got started.
Wait. So you in primary?
I was in grade 7.
You were in grade 7?
Yeah.
And you coding in class and you getting paid for it?
Yeah, okay, yeah, pretty much. It wasn't really coding in class in primary. That was mainly the start of high school. But primary, I never used to do sports. I did the minimum, just I could go home early for this whole reason. And I made sure that like I stopped sports and only did like football and chess, because chess was easy. I didn't need to be there for it. I only had to show up for events or for tournaments rather. And I go home and code.
Man, this is a crazy one.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So what are your parents saying when you were coming back early?
And then they didn't mind. I used to tell them, no, I had to do 2 sports a week. So I decided to change to this one. And they didn't think anything of it at first. And then at high school, the bus to Ezewini would only leave at 4. So we'd finish class at 2:40. So for 2 hours, basically, or for an hour and a bit, I was coding at school, trying to like perfect it. And the Wi-Fi there was terrible.
Of course.
So I'd use the money, because now I had my bank accounts and they were literally wiring transfer the money in, and the fees were quite high. But I was using that money to buy bundles to hotspot myself at school so I could try and
call this thing.
Yeah, do the whole loop.
So how much was, because the dollar was like, was it like 15?
Yeah, 11 to 15.
Yeah, 11 to 15.
Something like that, yeah.
So what's the maximum pay you ever got out of that?
Back then, I think the most I got was like $80 in a month. And I was like, okay, wait, this is pretty cool. And I told my dad, like, as a proof of concept, I was like, look, here, there's what, 1,000 Rand, just under or just over 1,000 Rand here. Maybe if I try harder, I could get to a stage where maybe after school, it's self-sufficient. And I started working towards that, and I got to the point where it's nice to go full-time now.
Like you went full-time after?
Full-time stuff. Started off as a full-time software developer after Form 5. I never went to IB and never went to college or uni. I just started doing this.
You just created mods online?
Yeah. And then, well, not really just mods at the end, because there was an era, 2014 to 2016, when local music, everyone was an artist. Like we even had that studio in town, the Swazi Drive one, a full-on professional studio. Everyone was making music. So I was like, okay.
When was this?
2014 to 2016.
That's when like hip hop was at its peak.
Yeah, that's when it was at its peak.
It was at its peak.
Yeah.
So everybody wanted to have like a share.
But the problem that I noticed, everyone was a producer or an artist. No one was like an engineer.
Yeah,
So I was like,
definitely.
okay, let me try.
Even
this.
less DJs. No one wanted to be
no
a
one wanted to
DJ.
DJ. Yeah,
Now it's like DJs are flooding the market.
it's like the 2014 boom of hip hop artists is now the equivalent of what the 2020 to 2023 boom of local DJs now.
Facts.
But it's cool now because back then DJs literally just played the music. Now they actually perform. Like DJs, you go to a draw. If you've seen a DJ there, that a local DJ that's known, you go for his sets. He's not just going to play other people's songs. You'll see them. Some dance, some have cool transitions, some live mix.
Yeah.
Like it's full on proper. And I'm not just a guy pressing play on a premix.
Thing is, okay, back then it wasn't. It would depend. I feel like now it's less work for the DJs.
Yeah.
Because I'll make an example of Amapiano. Like mixing Amapiano, as much as I don't think it's a lot of work doing it. If you have a good ear for it, I don't think it's a lot of work. Whereas, like back then, it wasn't as easy as it is now.
Yeah.
Plus, now we have the information on how you can actually do this thing.
No, definitely.
So if you're a DJ and you're not playing proper sets, you're just lazy.
Yeah, no, fact.
You're just not serious.
Because now a lot of stuff can even be, I can't say automated, but can be less tedious to do as well. And like I said, now a lot of DJs, they play their somewhat version of a pre-mix, not all live, but you see them like literally get into it. They dance, they move, they put on a show as well.
Man, it's like you're talking from experience. Who's this DJ that's playing live pre-mixes?
Not that, okay, I don't know many, but sometimes, like even on some videos, and I see guys post, I'll see them trying to, they'll slow down the stuff or the fade, but it won't match the sound. So it's like it's a pre-mix and they've perfected the, can't call it acting, that's a terrible word.
What?
I can't call it acting. Like they've got a pre-mix and they act as if they...
Well, they just...
But acting is a terrible word because they are doing the work, but it's not as intense as they're making it seem.
What, acting?
But it's their...
How do you define acting?
It's
like, doing something that you're not doing it.
Yeah, like they've got their mix already set up and then you see them moving the faders and I don't know the terminology. I'm not a DJ. I don't know the terminology. But what they're doing doesn't match or is offbeat to what's
for
the sound. So that's, again, I phrased it probably worse than it actually is. But
so you were telling me what's the phrase from 2014 to 2017? There were only art producers and artists.
No one was
an engineer.
Yeah.
So how was that an opportunity for you? You saw a gap?
So guys because I went to Waterford and we had these like practice rooms there. Guys would come with like a portable studio. Guys would come with the mics to school, a laptop, they'd make a beat and they'd go into that room and they'd record the vocal and then they'd mix it, but it would sound like something was,
it would sound
was wrong.
2014.
Yeah. Like something was wrong. So I was like, these guys are paying these guys for the beat. But then the quality that they put on top isn't sub on par. So I went home and everyone was using GarageBand back then because no one, like cracking FL, some guys did it, but no one did. So everyone used GarageBand on either an iPad or their like old MacBook. So it was a free software. So I went home, went on YouTube.
Sorry, can I answer this?
No problem.
Yo. I'm still shooting. Oh, yeah.
So I went home, learned how to, I can't say mix properly, but learned how to mix at a higher level than what they were doing. Did a whole bunch for free and then built a portfolio and then started charging over time and perfecting my home studio. Then I was like, you know what? Let me give the other side a try. I started producing beats. I was terrible to start.
Of course, you never start making like good shit.
I was terrible for a guy who was doing well in music as a subject. It wasn't.
So you were using GarageBand to engineer the song?
Yeah, with the limited resources that were there.
For real?
Yeah, and then some guys
crazy
signed. I don't know if they signed, but some guys started working with Swazi Drive.
Who's that?
It's the guys who did Hypnotic and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, who's that guy?
Oh, was someone that's in my year group. Just some random guy. And then there was Sakila's brother started a collective. He was in my year group, and a whole bunch of rappers were there, and they got access to the studio. And all of a sudden,
Who's Sakila's brother? That went to Waterford.
Pepe.
Pepe.
Yeah.
I know Pepe.
Yeah. He started a little collective, and it was doing well. And then all of a sudden, the quality of music just increased. Now they had access to like a professional studio, guys who were mixing. I think Low was mixing for everyone.
L.O.
Yeah.
And we go
I
to...
think his name was... I think it was Lisha. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah. He was mixing for
Shout out
everyone.
L.O.
And all of a sudden, the quality...
That's literally one of the best engineers in Swaziland.
The quality just became proper. So I was like, okay, my little mixing side hustle is finished now. So I was like, let me try producing for these guys. I was like, guys, this is too much work. I tried adding vocals. I was terrible. Then one thing led to another, and I was like, if I kept doing this over time, it could get a bit bigger. Then I noticed no one was doing the business side of it. Everyone just had a song, and we weren't even dropping them. They were sending links to data file hosts.
Yeah.
Back in the day. That's how it was. So I was like, SD Music is going to get nowhere because this is a file hosting service. There's no algorithm. There's no promotion way to do everything. So I was like, I wonder.
Man, this nigga thinks different. man, you think different, bro. I like niggas like this.
Yeah, everyone is doing the same thing.
Imagine, like if you would actually, had cracked. If all of us would actually crack this thing way back, realizing it was, oh shit, data file host isn't doing the job because there's no algorithm.
Yeah, like
you can't get anything out of it.
You're literally just downloading the song when they send it to you. So we used to listen to like EDM remixes of songs on SoundCloud. So I was like, I wonder if I posted my friend's songs on SoundCloud, what would happen? Obviously, I had to get permission from that. I wasn't just going to post their song. I was like, yeah, we can start a group and we just post everything under this group. And then I realized how cover arts work, how tagging works to get the songs out. But back then, there were no algorithms in social media, like no real algorithms.
Fact.
It was your followers saw your stuff, and that was really it. So we learned a lot there, and then that progressed into what I do now, like more project management.
Damn, man.
Yeah. And then, when I was young, my dad told me, I have to try to remember the quote. He said, where there's mystery, there's margin. So when no one's doing something, there's an opportunity to go in and do it. So every time I looked at something, I tried to see what guys are doing and what guys weren't doing. Then I'd go home and try and be like, why aren't guys doing this?
And then you try to figure it out.
Try and figure out, like, is it because it's not worth it? Or is it because no one wants to? Is it boring? And yeah.
So after you started posting the songs on SoundCloud, did it work?
I can't say it worked if you compare it to...
Did it do its job?
It got a few hundred. Some got a few hundred streams. Some got 20. Some got 1. But now we're like, yeah.
Now how you get 1 stream?
Well, to be fair, we were like guys, it was like 10 of us. So guys are dropping songs all the time. So guys are getting getting annoyed rather, getting the same like links every day on Facebook even, because we used to post on Facebook with the short brief of the song and then tag every single one of our Facebook friends.
Fact, yeah.
Yeah, so I obviously got annoyed from seeing all the notifications and they just stopped clicking on the links and but we saw that 100 streams on SoundCloud, there's no ways 100 guys are downloading the songs on data file host.
Yeah.
So then we started doing, and then the Swazi Drive guys started posting on Audio Mac, and some guys are getting 10,000 streams. So we were like, these guys are doing something right. We have to start dropping. We just started dropping on Audio Mac, but there was no promotion. They were getting 0. But these guys are getting, so we were trying to figure out what they were doing, and we could never crack
what they were really
because
doing.
we're thinking like, this is local music, pulling the same streams as like the remixes of songs that we listen to. Like, what's happening here? And some of the songs were in Siswati, so the niche that they were appealing to is obviously smaller than English. So they were pulling 10,000 local streams.
Fact.
Or maybe just nearby streams.
Did Swazi Jive ever had like a Siswati artist, like somebody who was rapping Siswati?
I don't know direct on Swazi Jive, but a lot of guys at Waterford would, because everyone as an artist back then were making songs in Siswati and then working with the Swazi Drive studios.
Mm.
I don't even know if it was the Swazi Drive one or that other recording studio that's in town, like opposite the Million. I don't know the name of the place.
Theatre Club.
Yeah,
the one
yeah.
with Theatre Club.
It was between those, so I can't remember which one is which. I might have got the things wrong, but they were at one of those. They were at both to start, but only one was popping, and I can't remember hundreds which one it was. But that was the start of everything.
So with all your experience, okay, I can say experience because you were in bits and bits of it. What do you think could be the niche currently?
The what?
The niche.
You see, the problem is everyone here is trying to be an essay artist. Everyone's trying to have that essay sound in their song, and it's working there. So that niche, I can't say saturated, but it's saturated. So here, there's nothing new coming. Everyone, not everyone, but a majority of guys are trappers now, and there's already a lot of supply, but I don't know if there's a big demand for underground trappers. So that's the niche to get into if you can break through, but trying to break through, I don't know if it's the right one.
So when you move around, what do you feel like the people are demanding locally?
It seems like there's a demand for just local music, but the problem is everyone's got this mindset of, I don't want to drop so much. I want to wait a bit and then feed the streets. But there's a lot of food already there.
But this niggas ain't got keys to the streets. Ain't nobody trying to feed the streets like that. But
not like that. That's just a terminology. Like they say, a lot of local artists won't post for a few months and then they'll say, I'm sorry for making you guys wait. They were not in anyone's mind.
But yeah,
True.
I mean, who made you? Yeah, we're waiting for the bus, nigga, not you.
That's the thing. That artists now have this mindset in the country that they're like above a lot.
Nobody's trying to do the groundwork, obviously.
Yeah. So you feel like they're looking at it the wrong way.
Yeah, they're looking at it as if they're
already
made
superstars.
It. Yeah,
and they haven't done
the groundwork, the bare minimum.
Yeah.
So how do we fix that? Now we have the problem.
Okay,
what do we do?
One example that one of my, like, I can't say international, that sounds big, but one of my international friends told me 5 years ago, and I'm going to use the same comparison that he gave me. Right now, if I put on this thing a generator that generates tickets, and in 10 minutes, there's going to be a draw. It's completely free to enter for R1 million. You can put as many tickets as you want. Would you only put one ticket? There's the 3 of us that are going to win this competition. One of us is winning. There's an unlimited amount of tickets you can put in. But it's up to you to pick up the ticket and drop it. Are you only going to put one ticket? It's R1 million, completely free to enter. Or you're going to put as many as you can.
As many as you can.
That's the problem. Guys,
they should
need to just drop. Like even Russ, he dropped every week. I'm not saying drop every week, but Russ dropped every week and now look where he is.
Make as much noise as you can.
Yeah, because the more you drop, the higher chance one song is going to do well. And to start, to be completely honest, your songs are only worth as much as they've generated you. Some of these guys probably make sense on streaming services. So why not drop a lot? It's not as if anything bad is going to happen. You can always delete later or make an archive page. Like a lot of underground artists have an archive page where they've put all their old music and their new page only has their professional stuff. That's the one. And some guys here do have side projects, but they don't flood those. So they're taking it slow.
Makes sense, man.
And that's the real problem. Like, yeah, like I said, some of the biggest artists, even if you go onto some mainstream artists' SoundCloud and you go down to when they started, you can see how frequent the spaces in between their first few drops are, because they knew the more we drop, the higher the chance one does well.
That makes sense.
Because we can also make an example with Drake. He dropped For All the Dogs. For all the dogs, right?
The one that's now.
The album.
Recently, yeah.
And then I think he saw it wasn't doing well. And then he dropped
At the deluxe.
Scary Hours 3.
Yeah.
And it was most like a deluxe because it had For All the Dogs first and then Scary Hours.
Yeah.
So the tracks from Scary Hours are nice. Once you finish those, let's say you have that album on repeat, so you're going to go again and play those same songs.
Yeah.
So
it was even a good idea for him to put the songs at the bottom, so you can start listening. Start from the top.
But you can honestly you have the free will to start there because it's like it's a B-side.
Yeah.
But you're going to go back and listen to All the Dogs because it's there waiting for you.
Yeah, that's also, speaking of albums, that's another thing. I don't think personally anyone in SD is big enough to drop an album or a project. But guys like doing it. Now the problem with that is very few guys actually save local music to their like library. They will you send them a link, they will stream it to support you, but that's where it'll end. So instead of dropping an album, let's say with 10 tracks, drop one track for 10 weeks. And now instead of dropping an album, now each track has got the same amounts of love as the other. Because even for up and comers, like not even just local artists, very few guys will listen to the album top to bottom. And if they don't save it to their playlist or to their library rather, now it's going to be lost to time. So the plays will stop. But if you drop a single, the guy will stream it today, but he might not stream it again. Next week you drop another single, another stream will come, and it will sort of have a bigger conversion than.
So and it would actually create as much noise as you can.
Yeah, that's what it is, because the hype won't really die because you're always going to be putting something new. You're not shoving the same thing down people's throats. You're giving them something new, something different.
So what do you feel? How do you feel about, let's say, I have 6 tracks. Maybe I'll call it an album, but then I'll drop each song as a single. But at the end of the 6 tracks, and then it just becomes...
Okay, yeah. It's called the waterfall method. Where you drop a single, next week you drop a single, but you've included the 2, then the 3, then the 4. That's the best way to do it because you're giving every song love. But when you're promoting your new stuff, you're also indirectly or inadvertently promoting your old stuff. And you compile it to an album at the end. That's the best way. You get the album you wanted, you got the streams you wanted, and people, aren't, I don't know the word, but aren't going to be tired of listening to you because you're giving them something new all the time. That's the best way of doing. That's what I did. I trialed it out actually with one of my projects. I dropped a single, then a single that had the previous single, then one that had the next 2, and just built on top of it. And the streams were like, I can't say the same, but they were on par with each other. Then I dropped a few months later an EP as an EP. The first 2 got nice streams and then it became terrible. So it just shows that no one's really listening to local music that way. But if you give it to them in, with nice spaces in between, it plays nice.
Okay. So before the music and the project, what can the artist work on?
The rollout plan.
Yeah, the rollout plan.
Before the rollout plan, let's say I'm an artist and you've identified that I'm a good artist, but then I still need a fan base or
people to listen
to. What do I have?
Okay, well, a lot of the things, maybe also I might be speaking for the vocal minority, but it seems as if people just say on their story, dropping a song next week. The song drops, they post the cover art on Instagram, put the link on their story and status, and ask their friends to share. It seems as if there's no real promo being done. And let's say you're not meeting new people, your page isn't growing and your WhatsApp status viewers aren't increasing. You're promoting the same stuff to the same people, so your numbers will never increase that way. No one has a solid plan, and everyone is scared to post on social media to promote their stuff. Because nowadays, songs have become part of the digital art, which has changed from being art and artists to content and content creators now. Now you can't just post your cover art. You have to literally make content to promote your song.
Facts.
True.
Crazy, man.
Because back in the day, guys would just post their cover art. Now that doesn't.
You have to
work.
create the content to promote your song.
Yeah.
And still pictures don't move like they used to.
Yeah. It's all video, and that's what I'm saying. It's all like short form video, arguably, is the best way to promote it, because every social media platform is trying to compete with TikTok. So they push in heavy on the.
Talking about TikTok, TikTok has introduced 30 minutes videos.
Yeah.
30?
Yeah. So now you can upload a 30-minute video.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Even Instagram still doesn't longer 30 seconds. Like you can post as much as you can. Can be as long.
Even reels, they can be long now.
Shorts are still 60 though.
Yeah.
Shorts on YouTube?
Yeah.
It's still 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Because they already have the
long form.
The long form.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It makes sense, man. It makes sense. Does YouTube have a story?
They did. They don't have any more.
They did have a story.
Yeah, now you've got your community post tab where you can post out there, but those don't delete. They used to have one that would delete after 24 hours, but no one is looking at YouTube like that.
Fact.
Because you're going in there just to watch something and we're out.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
Because I'm worried about TikTok, because TikTok is more about scrolling. So now I'm going to stay on one video for more than 30 seconds, 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's the...
Is it you stay for that video for 30 minutes, is it one view?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. Not doing that. You can't do that.
I don't know if it's going to
because
work.
The TikTok website is terrible. Like the app is nice, but the website is terrible. So you literally want to be watching a 30-minute video on your phone. I don't know who's holding their phone 30 minutes straight. And also the scrubbing to move forward and backwards is terrible. Like you have to watch it in one go.
Yeah. Because once you go out of the platform, it's gone.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, that platform is for like quick dopamine hits, which is why a lot of artists promote heavy on there. Yeah.
So like what he was saying was before the music drops, before you drop the project, how do we create the fan base?
So a lot of people like knowing how things are done.
Yeah.
So a trend that a lot of up and coming artists do is they already recorded the song, but then they pretend that they're recording the song. So they say like, this is how your favorite artist records songs. Now you're interested because that's the hook. The video doesn't start with like, hey guys, my name is what, I'm doing this. It starts quick. This is how your favorite artist records songs. And it goes to them recording their song. And at the end they say, if you like this song, the pre-save is in my bio. And now that view has got people hooked because they're like, I wonder if Drake records the same way. I wonder if whoever records the same way. And they start watching the content about it and they're like, this is interesting. Damn, this song is nice. Let me go and pre-save. Which dates back to the thing I was saying. Guys will also not convert if you have one song released. They'll be like, oh, this guy doesn't drop. There's no real way for me to judge his sound.
Facts.
I don't know if it's going to be something I'm interested in, so I'm just not gonna click it. So that goes back to dropping consistently, dropping frequently. Yeah.
And then the rollout plan, once you have the project, I have the single, how can we roll it out?
So what a lot of people don't know, Spotify pre-saves, they don't exist. It's not a real thing. It's just your distributor, you give them permission to add a song to your library. So it's all done through your distributor. It's not like a real thing. Yeah.
Pre-saves don't work on Spotify only.
No, they don't. Pre-saves aren't a real thing. It's just that your distributor will automatically add the song to you, whoever pre-saves its library if they authorize it. And then that abundance in streams in the stars is what helps push the songs for algorithmic playlists. So that's why a lot of artists try and push pre-saves, because it's an abundance of streams to start. So the rollout plan, you should have your song before you even think of rolling out. And that's what a lot of people don't do. They don't have their song finished. They say, I'm dropping a song next week, but they haven't even recorded this week. Now I've got a week to do everything, and that's why nothing happens. But you've got your song recorded. You can make a few short form videos. Now, the reason short form is good, you make the video once, you post it on however many platforms are, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikTok. Now you've got 3 chances of going viral with the same amount of work that you would have done to promote on one platform. Yeah, it goes back to that thing of the tickets as well. you wouldn't take one ticket, you wouldn't post on one platform. Why wouldn't you? And you go all out. And then, yeah, that's like there's an artist called Connor Price. He's a proper artist now. He just started off by doing open verses on TikTok. He would hop on people's open verses and they liked his sound, but he had some original music out. So guys like his sound, they'll go and check out his stuff.
Fact.
Then he didn't want to be known as the remix guy. So he started promoting his stuff through skits. And that's what people don't do here, is every time they promote something, it feels like an ad. And people don't like ads. It doesn't feel organic. And that's the gray area that we're in right now.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if you think about it, every time someone drops something, it's, I'm dropping a song next week. I'd appreciate it if you listen. That feels like an ad. Or instead of saying that, guys even record like a little video saying, hey guys, I'm dropping this song next week, and they play it in the background. That's a good way of doing it. But instead of just saying that, they could say something like, hi guys, my name is Luca. I'm an alternative artist from Swaziland. I've just written a song about a breakup experience that I had. Let me know if it clicks with you. And I start singing the song into the mic. That doesn't feel like an ad. That feels like a guy's telling you, damn, he's going through something. Let me hear him out. And that conversion would be better.
Man, that's crazy.
So we're in the gray area now where we've gone past tagging everyone in all our posts to check our stuff to now somewhat doing ads. But the ads feel like ads and people don't like ads. So they just
scroll
because there's so much content out there. If you don't hook someone, you've lost them.
Literally.
Yeah.
And you have 15 seconds to do that.
Yeah, 5 seconds even on TikTok. You've got like 5 seconds to hook them. Even YouTube now, very few, okay, obviously our podcast is different, but very few creators start their videos with, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing this. Even Mr. Beast, he starts his video straight. In this video, we're going to be doing this. And he shows a clip of what's going to happen. Now you're host. You're like, oh damn, he's going to like have a train go into a hole. And he says, but before that, now you have to watch a whole 10-minute video to watch it.
Because you find that part is at the end.
It's not even at the end. It's somewhere in the middle. So you can't even skip to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, because on YouTube, an important metric is AVD, which is average view duration. And it's how long a person watches your videos.
Yeah.
So a good percentage is 45 and above. So it's same thing with songs. I assume it's going to be average listener duration. But if guys stop playing your song after 10 seconds, your song is 3 minutes, the algorithms there say, this song is trash. They don't promote it.
But, oh shit. That is true.
Yeah. And that's why, I don't know if you've noticed, but songs have been getting shorter. Like second verses aren't a thing anymore in many songs. Many songs are one verse. And it's for that reason. Even pre-hooks and bridges, they're not in many songs. It goes hook, verse, hook.
Then you have a piano guy who makes a song for 6 minutes.
Yeah, but that's the genre.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, it goes back to the local artists. If I dropped a song that was 3 to 4 minutes, guys I'm going to listen to that whole thing. Because guys are only listening because they're your bros and they're supporting you. But if it's long and not really repetitive, but monotonic and something that they can hear everywhere, a lot of guys swipe off after they've listened a bit. Yeah.
So you're saying short form clips, short form songs?
Yeah, short songs, one verse songs like intro, hook, verse, hook, outro. 1 minute 30 a song. Short form content, 25 to 30 seconds. You can get a whole week's worth of content in 20 minutes. You just perform your song 7 times in 7 different locations. And you just add a little hook in the beginning of each. Now you've got your content to post. That's what everyone does. Even on YouTube, Instagram Reels, guys will have them singing their song into the mic with text above that's got information about the song and about them. Now guys have clicked onto something. They're not going to swipe off because they're reading the text. And after 3 to 5 seconds, it counts as a view. The guys, they've got their view that they wanted, and they've got a potential like new listener. And that's another issue in Swaziland. Guys don't get to the vocal parts of their songs when they perform it. Like when they promote it, sorry. They only have the beat.
Yeah.
And as the vocals are about to come in, it cuts. Now it's a good way of promoting. It builds suspense. But if someone sees 10 likes, then they're going to be like, oh, no one cares about this. Why should I?
I mean, so it doesn't make sense. But I hear what you're saying, man, and you're making a lot of sense. You're making a lot of sense, bro. I don't know how I'm going to put this, but you guys, you need to start practicing what we are preaching.
Yeah. It's not even because doing it, it's impossible to get a worse result than if you don't do it.
Facts.
Because you're doing it, you're going to bring more eyes to your stuff. Like there's so many guys that want to do this full time, but there's no numbers there. And that's why, because there's no real promotion.
Coming back to the promotions, do you think you need traditional media as much as
No, actually, independent is like the way, and straight up posting your stuff on social media is much better for up and comers than newspaper articles about you or being played on local radio. Not even local radio, just played on radio in general. Very few people will convert to long-term listeners. Yeah, you don't really need it. It's much better to just go ham on promoting yourself. Because I mean, the internet is a much broader reach than a newspaper, radio post, or playlist placements, or a paid promo on someone else's IG page. The broader internet is much, much better. Because that's another thing. Here specifically, we suffer from what's called imitation limitation. Like a lot of, not even just artists, a lot of people in the creative space will look at even a South African show or South African artist and be like, if I had the same gear he had, I could make much better music than what I'm making right now.
Nah, fact.
But they're just
I've
trying
heard
to find
that a lot of things, a lot of times.
They're just trying to find an excuse to supplement whatever is their issue. Like a lot of
Is it an excuse though?
Okay, excuse might not be a good word, but a lot of
it is
an excuse.
It is an excuse because a lot of like even YouTubers to start used a USB mic that cost $40. So maybe what's that? You can say 600 Rand to make their videos that were seen by millions. But guys like here want to have like a Rode mic or a Shure into a proper interface, into all this. But to start, the quality with even just a generic, if you want to go an XLR route, an XLR mic, or even a USB mic. There's an artist called David, I think is his name, D4ID, I think it's something like that. He's a mainstream artist, like millions upon millions of streams. He makes his music with Apple earphones on BandLab on his phone. He's a mainstream artist.
So, even Steve Lancey, he was saying, he when he recorded his first project, he used to use that software too. He just put earphones.
Yeah.
Get like even creating his own beats. That's what he would do.
Yeah. Because nowadays you don't even need to crack software. There's so many free alternatives that won't affect the quality of your sound because now you're not using up-to-date plugins or whatever. There's really no real excuse.
There's AI.
Yeah.
There's literally AI which does the job.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of guys that have made a career on producing hard beats, but they're not a rapper. So they rap on it, but then they use AI to change their voice into someone else and promote their stuff as what artist X or artist Y would sound like on my beats. And at the end they say, if you want to hear yourself on this beat, link in my bio. And now they've got a conversion from that. That's how AI is helping guys with beats. With artists, guys go bar for bar with their favorite artist on their song, but it's just them. And they say like, artist X bodied me on my own song. Now, guys are interested to say, since when does this person make this type of music? And they listen for their favorite artists. They're like, you know what, this song isn't bad. And they give it a chance and they're like, this is quite good. But going back to the thing, a simple USB mic goes a long way. But guys always say, no, it's my equipment. That's why my music is bad. they're always trying to find an out instead of blaming themselves.
They're trying to find excuses on why it's now working out.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you, see, okay, locally we have this thing of rap, okay, I want to say like artists not getting shows. So as much as the people are making the music and they putting in, let's just say you're putting in money to go to a studio and record the songs, but the money isn't coming back, you know, and the money is basically you're just wasting it.
It's not really wasting it. It's investing in yourself long term. Because let's say, I don't know what a song costs in Southern. Let's say you pay your friend for a beat, you pay someone for studio time, you pay to get a mix and master. Shows aside, you have to get thousands on thousands of streams alone to make that money back. But instead of looking at it as, I didn't make money back on this song, I'm not going to do it anymore. Instead saying like, okay, this is the start of my catalog. I've got this song now, but I'm not going to drop it. I'm going to wait until I have 4 or 5 songs in the vault, then put a consistent rollout plan. Once these 5 songs are rolling out, I can then, now I've got a pitch for shows I can do. I've got streams coming in. And then, that's, finding other ways of making money instead of trying to make the money back from that song direct, because it's very difficult to make an ROI.
Instead of just dropping one song and then you make noise and then that's it.
Yeah, that's it. But like I was saying, you go and you get your song made, but you don't drop it. You wait until you have 4 to 5 and you drop them consistently. Now guys are seeing, okay, this guy is making moves. They see it as making moves because you're doing a lot, but you've had the stuff vaulted for a long time. Now you've got your ROI coming in from streams, from songs, potential collabs even, and everything. So you invested in yourself short term for a long term result. Yeah, and by the way, there's even another episode that I was watching. Guys were saying you shouldn't use tight beats.
Who said that?
I can't remember who. Okay, I binge watched. You guys came on my For You, my subscription feed on YouTube. And I just binge watched a lot of it, but I don't watch the whole thing because you get to a point where you start speaking to Swati and then I don't understand. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to skip a bit. And I feel like I'm watching a lot without context. But anyways, something was said about tight beats or something like this.
Yeah.
Say it's not seen as professional. Not seen as professional to who? To another artist. You're not making music for that artist. So it doesn't matter if someone doesn't see a profession. So you don't need to go out and buy a beat. You can save that money and use a free-for-profit beat that lets you post on all streaming services. Now you save the money that you would have spent on a beat. You can go to a studio to record, but you have them send you the stems and you mix it yourself. You learn how to mix on YouTube for free. Now you save the money that you're going to use for mixing and mastering. You could even use AI to generate cover art if you don't want to pay for it. Now you save the money for your cover art. Let's say you save maybe 300 Rand for a beat, mixing and cover art, 100, even though it's much more in some areas and much less in some. Now you got 10 Rand to spend on paid promotion, paid ads. You go further than you have if you wouldn't. Especially South Africa and Swaziland. The demographic and the cost per click is very low. 300 Rand, you can reach 4,000 or 5,000 people. 10% decide to check you out, that's 400 or 500. But 10% add you, 45.
One of the reasons but the thing is with sponsoring, one of the reasons it becomes not reliable is because, let's just say you sponsor the first time and you don't sponsor the second time, you get a lesser audience than what you had the first time.
But your goal isn't to necessarily build your following. It's more, you're more going to do it to convert them into listeners. I don't know if I'm making sense there, but
you are making sense, but I feel like it's a bit of both.
Yeah, it is.
Following and listeners.
But if you're trying to increase your following, your post is actually going to feel like an ad. But if you promote a reel, for example, of you saying, like the example I gave, I'm a local artist, I just made the song about this, it'll just appear on someone's page and it'll feel like it's an organic post. So they listen to it. Then they go and check out your song. That's the conversion you're looking for as an artist. You're not really trying to build you are, but you're not trying to build your IG as much as your Spotify. Yeah.
It makes sense, man. It makes sense. Do you have anything else you want to ask him before we continue?
Did you guys go into gaming?
No, not really. But yeah, we started with gaming.
Yeah, started with the build up.
We started with the product. Do you have a question for gaming?
Yeah.
Okay. So I saw something like, I think it was on WhatsApp, that you want to do like streaming.
Okay. Okay, not want to do streaming. Like, we used to post interactive games on TikTok. So guys would donate to have something happen in the game. And we wanted to get back into doing that because that was an insane revenue stream.
Mm-hmm.
That's really the only bit of streaming I was talking about on my status. Yeah.
But so do you think gaming has more money than music?
It depends on the niche that you want to get into. I feel like if you're like, let's say, a type beat producer on YouTube, posting beats every day and guys are buying beats every day, your ROI is better than playing games, because with games, the real money is only in tournaments. And if there's no tournaments, the money is low because no one's just paying. So, but if you're an in-demand player for a certain game, guys will sign you up for tournaments, and because your name holds weight. Yeah. So it depends on the area that you're in.
Because I feel like locally we're not really exposed to gaming like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially online gaming.
Also because you can't do online, difficult here with the speeds.
Yeah. Even the Wi-Fi data, down.
Yeah. You've got a choice. You can either play online or stream. You can't stream you playing online.
So there's this reels I'm seeing on app and on Instagram whereby producers make the beat, and when they play the beat, they play in a game.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a car, they're driving it around.
Yeah, those are like the beats at the top and the car thing is at the bottom. Yeah, like those are retention hacks, because those are to increase views, because guys are watching your gameplay at the bottom to stay stimulated, but your content is playing at the top. We used to do the same thing like that with podcast clips and streamer clips. We'd go and stream the go and screen record like Kai Cenat, iShow Speed, Aiden Ross, and then put gameplay at the bottom. The best parts they could then add subtitles in the middle, and then we post those on social media. And those are the things. It's the same thing. Instead of the producer at the top, it's
would it get like a lot of traction?
It would, but there's a lot of talks on the ethics of doing that, because guys aren't watching for you. They're not watching for someone else's clip that you stole.
Makes sense.
Or the gameplay at the bottom is gameplay that you stole. It's not your gameplay. You've just taken it from YouTube, put it on the bottom.
That makes sense, man. That makes sense. I want to ask you about the local industry. And what do you think is the state that in the state that we're on? What do you think needs to be improved?
Okay, so we're in a sort of gray area we're better than where we were, but we're not where we all think we are. We're in a middle thing. So the thing is, I don't want to say every creative, but a lot of creatives have
every creative
has a god complex.
Out?
Yeah.
Every creative.
They've got like a god complex. You think because they're doing something creative and making some money from it that they're better than a lot of people. The moment they drop that god complex and just start releasing stuff because they enjoy it, the industry will peak. That's the guys. I don't know if guys that really, really enjoy like the stuff that they're doing to the point where they would take a second job if the money was less to continue doing the same thing. And that's the sort of gray area. No one's willing to take a small risk. And the guys that, I can't say are big, but the guys that are big think they're above everyone.
So by the small risk, you mean like the free gigs and...
Yeah. Not even, the free gigs, or guys complain that they don't get the same treatment as SA artists at Groove when they get booked.
Yeah.
But the guys in SA do it as a job. The guys in Sweden should see it as an opportunity.
Facts. Pop, 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 pop.
Pinza.
Because
Let's go.
Because another problem is we see it as the music industry or the entertainment industry. We need to see it as the music business or the entertainment business and realize if we want to go full time, there's work involved. Another comparison. Let's say you have two businesses, the exact same business, like two franchises, the exact same. Nothing is different. One is on one side of the country, one is on the other side. It's a completely active income stream, meaning you have to do the work to get the money. You're not doing the work at that business, it's not making you any money. One of the businesses is making you 1,000 Rand an hour. One is making you 10,000 Rand an hour. You're realizing after a few months that you can't allocate the same amount of effort towards both. So you're going to start prioritizing one. You're not going to prioritize the one making you 1,000.
Fact.
When it comes to the one making you 10,000. And that's how the guys that... That's how the guys that host Groove look at it. They're not hosting a Groove so you can have fun. They're hosting a Groove so they can make money.
Yeah.
They would rather lose the local artist that's got 100 streams than the international artists that they're bringing in.
Who can bring 10,000 people.
Who can bring the people.
Because they also bring in revenue.
Yeah.
Literally.
So these guys, it's a job for them, but we should see it as an opportunity because let's say, like for example, Bushfire. Bushfire, it's not just local guys going to Bushfire. Guys come from all around to go to Bushfire.
Yeah.
Guys should see it as an opportunity to perform at Bushfire, to expose themselves to a new audience. That's
fact.
I think the guys will always complain that we don't get the same treatment. They treat these guys better than us. It's because, to be verbatim, it's because they see you as second class in comparison to these big guys.
But can you blame them though?
Yeah.
You can't, because they're not working on their brands.
Yeah.
On top of that, these SA artists, they are bringing the numbers.
Yeah.
They are bringing the crowd.
Yeah. Their job is to bring a return on investment on the tickets, sales, and the other stuff. The local guy's job is to increase his following by being a great opener for an artist, a great fill-in, a great guy's performing after, and increase his overall stats. A lot of guys, even when I was in LA, I went to a grunge show, which is where there's like one major artist, but then the rest of the guys are guys that get 200-300 streams on their thing. Those guys put on the best show I've ever seen. I don't even like that type of music, but I gave them my time. I recorded them. I posted about them on my social media. I was like, damn, these guys performing like crazy or something like that. Now my followers have seen that. So someone in my followers likes to have music, they could convert. It's an organic promotion. You open for a big artist, you put on a crazy show, guys are recording in anticipation of the next act, but now you're going to indirectly be in that video and guys will be like, yo, this guy brought the energy. He hyped us up for the crowd. There's no ways. This guy is great. And they tag you. And now you've got I can't say a new fan, but you've got a new fan. You see, they took the opportunity. They grabbed the opportunity, took the chance.
I see what you mean, man. It's valid. It's true. It's true.
Yeah. Like the moment we stop seeing, because local grooves, they still provide transport and a green room and all that stuff. It's just the money they paid that the guys are complaining about. But they provided you with an opportunity. That's how it should be seen. And yeah, that's the gray area where we're at. Where
opportunity
guys
more than the complaints.
Yeah, like for example, if that SA guy, or not even that international guy wasn't coming that you were opening for, the crowd is going to be so small if it is just you. So you should see it as an opportunity to still perform for those people. You're not bringing in the numbers. Your job is to.
But like, is there a lifespan of how long you can do that?
Because you should be working on yourself to grow.
I feel like, okay, first of all, I don't condone being paid by 6 packs and alcohol.
Yeah, no, same.
But as an artist, I feel like once you get that opportunity, or before that, you're supposed to have a strategic plan. Saying, okay, I'm going to be at this establishment. There's an SA or an international artist going there. I'm going to be an opener. So let me go there and try to create the content and try to network and build relationship.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Instead of seeing it as getting paid, you see it as an opportunity to build your network, get new fans, perform the greatest set you've ever performed.
True.
But if you bring the vibes, guys will convert.
And if that doesn't work, you always go back to the drawing board and say, okay, this is what I did for the past 3 months, 6 months. What worked, what didn't work. Then you fine tune your strategy.
And then you go on the why, you double down on what worked, you drop what didn't work. Then you see, like, even if it's like your first gig, expecting to get paid is crazy in my opinion. Like, you've never performed anywhere. These guys are taking a chance in hiring. You know what happens if you're shaky on stage or something?
Shaking, my God.
You are shaking right there,
or something
it's a
happens.
Mess.
But you can also have someone in the crowd record you on stage, and then you dub your actual track over it. Like, it's faint, like you don't cut out the crowd noise, but in the background so your quality is clear. Now you've got content to post on social media as well. So now you've been paid technically to create your own content.
True. But I feel like the major problem is consistency in the country.
Yeah. And besides that, another thing is we had a conversation about it in the last episode we had, is that you can ask for the gig and you get the gig. But next time, they're not going to book you. They're not going to come to you and say, like, yo, we'd like to book you. And you charge them the amount of money you charge. They're going to say, can we book you to come play? We'll offer you this.
But if
what you are worth.
But in the long run, if you can create your brand to a point where now they request to book you. Because you can't go to that establishment once and think, hey, maybe after this one.
I mean, of course, you create the relationship with the people. Definitely, you create the relationship with the people. But you all know promoters are disrespectful.
No, yeah.
Yeah, those guys are disrespectful. And they know you need them more than they need you.
Yeah, and that's also the thing, because their job is
I don't think they need you. I think we need them more. They have the money.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You as the artist, you need them more than they need you.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. And also it's their job to, put on the best, show that they can for the cheapest amount of money possible. So wherever they can cut costs, they will cut costs.
And you can't really blame them.
Yeah.
But maybe we need, I always say this, we need to have a proper association for creative.
And that's another thing. The only people that want that are the small people. There's no real demand for it. You would think there is, because you're friends with the vocal minority. But there's no demand for it. If there was, it would be a thing.
It would be a thing, yeah.
Yeah. So what people need to do is not really have an association, but it's create an establishment, even a digital thing, where they've got all the list of local artists, what they do, their EPK, so to speak, everything in one place, and then create something amongst everyone that they think is a fair way to get compensated for their time, their efforts, and everything. The moment the majority do it, it becomes a standard.
Yeah.
Because let's say 51% of artists don't mind being paid 6-pack and all that stuff, but 49% do. I've got over half that don't mind. I'm not going to change.
Yeah.
But now if 80% say, you know what, we've actually been taken advantage, we've been made a fool of even. Not even getting paid a 6-pack.
We're done.
Yeah, if we got paid the equivalent of the 6-pack in cash,
maybe it would have made sense.
It could be better.
Yeah.
Because it's a 6-pack, food, mixes, and all that stuff. It ends up being a few hundred. But they paying you in 6-pack because that's on their alcohol budget. It's not costing them anything extra.
Fact.
Yeah.
They just bought extra on purpose.
Yeah, they just had the alcohol. And they're going to have an ROI on the alcohol. So they don't mind paying you more than what you're worth in the booze.
They probably got a discount on the supply.
For buying bulk, yeah.
So I wanna talk about the association. Would you be part of the association, and what role would you play if you were to have it?
I mean, like I said, I like being the guy behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, yeah.
So I could help in actual strategy. Because, like I said, everything I've built, I always considered it as proof of concept. So I feel like I know what I'd be talking about in the strategic side of things and how to actually do it. Because I've got knowledge and can't say the numbers to back me up, I've got the numbers to back me up. So I feel like I'll be coming from an area of expertise in this.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
So we're starting on Monday.
I mean, it's December.
See,
Could definitely happen.
It would have been good to plan something in November, because December, there've been no real grooves this year. But it's December now. There's going to be something every week.
True.
Now imagine you have yours. But this is also a perfect opportunity for guys to grasp it and take everything with whatever guys want to pay and just go out, perform, put on a great show, record the show, got content, the crowd will convert, you've got your content to promote yourself. It's now really a really good opportunity for guys to drop sounds consistently, keep the hype up. It's perfect time for that. But you'll see nothing will come from it because guys don't like dropping. That's the problem. That's also why guys don't take it, like promoters and stuff, don't take these people seriously, because they're not taking themselves seriously. You can't have 4 songs out. Every show you do is going to be the same, because your set is going to be even 30 minutes. Your songs are going to equate to the same amount.
Aye, man. Bro, you have a lot of information and would love to have you longer on the show. So I'm pretty sure we can have a part 2, right?
Yeah, no stress. I'm always around.
All right, no problem. Before we wrap it up, do you have anything else you want to add? All right, man. How long are we?
Over an hour.
Over an hour.
Yo, already.
Man, it felt short.
Yeah.
Felt short. But anyways, if you managed to stay up to this long on this video, we appreciate you. And thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment. Follow us on all social media platforms at TFE_P2I. You can follow me on IG at FindTheBeat_I.
And also follow me on Instagram. It'll be linked below because the handle is quite... My name is G Falcon, but to spell that is...
It's a different level, but yeah, you know, you catch it. Yo, thank you so much, bro, for coming.
Yeah, that was cool. You actually have a proper setup. Actually impressive.
Yeah?
Yeah.